Local programming controlled by local people. It's The Beaver, 95.7 FM and 1460 AM WMBA. Coming to you live from the St. Barnabas Control Studio in Brighton Township.
Tune in to the Beaver County Radio Morning Show with Frank Sparks and Scott Tatey. Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. The show is presented by Patriot Home Care. Frank and Scott will get you caught up on what's going on in the world with news, sports, and entertainment, along with playing some of your favorite tunes, including Pittsburgh area bands. They'll also have monthly guests and weekly features like Backyard Beaver County, notes on entertainment. So make plans every weekday morning to jump out of bed, put on a fresh pot of coffee, and tune in to the Beaver County Morning Show with Frank Sparks and Scott Tatey here on Beaver County Radio.
Good evening, and thanks for tuning in to the Falcones Moon Township Ford Coach's Corner here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Electric Garage Door Sales, Forward RX, Patriot Home Care, the YMCA, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, All Access Automotive, Drug-Free Aliquippa, the St. Barnabas Health System, the Fry Transportation Group, the Community College of Beaver County, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Vape and Roll With It, Carver Construction, and Beaver County Radio. Here is the host of tonight's show, Mike Azadian.
You're listening to 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls.
Corfield has been here in the last couple of years.
We're back on Coach's Corner, the Falcones Coach's Corner, and thanks to Falcones for their sponsorship. Also, Pizza Joe's is our sponsor. They bring the pizza for the young men. Also, Pizza Joe's is hiring. If you need to call them, 724-775-5655. They're looking for cooks. They're looking for drivers. And they provide good pizza for these young men. Today on Coach's Corner, we have the head coach of the Southside Rams. And notice I didn't call them Southside Beaver because I know it's Southside on their building. But it's Luke Travelpeace and kids. I'm Mike Azadian, Frank Salopek alongside me, Ryan Garazunas behind the mic. Coach, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I think this is a couple years in a row.
Yeah, every year. Well, we try to get all the
and
teams and try to get as many teams, and the teams that are willing to come on, we like to feature the program, and you guys have always been generous to come on with us. And let's talk about Southside and the Rams. A tough loss last week to Western Beaver. It was back and forth all game. In the second half, they found a way to stop you guys. Many questions I have for you, but the one thing I wanted to ask is, you at a single way level classification wise, you guys are always losing good players every year, no matter what you do. You lose a good running back, couple good linemen, maybe a receiver, and then the next year you lose a quarterback and another running back. So you're always having to not rebuild but reload. Talk to us about that, and talk to us about when you lose significant people, you have to have other kids pretty ready to go, and maybe some that didn't play a lot.
Yeah, and we've been fortunate over the last number of years that we've had guys coming in, through the middle school program and then freshman year, sophomore year, and understanding that the work they're putting in at that point in time, they're not seeing immediate dividends, but they're working towards the future. And I think this senior class is an excellent example of that. A lot of them were sophomores and playing the year that we went down to Heinz Field.
Mm-hmm.
We had three of them that were starting. We had Willie Morgan, we had Lucian Williams, we had Andrew Corfield. Those guys were all starting for us on that team, but we've got 12 seniors this year. And so that tells you the majority wasn't, but they came to practice each and every day. They worked, they challenged the older group at that point in time, honed in on their craft. And so when it's their opportunity to come and it's their opportunity to play, they're prepared physically and mentally.
Most every school in the Beaver County area and surrounding area has some sort of tradition. You guys have a championship tradition. This team won the states and won the WPL and had been a pretty consistent performer over the years. So they have a good background for sports. The girls volleyball team's done well, softball team's done well. So the kids tend to gravitate towards sports. Now, football's a little different. You need numbers. And sometimes it's hard, but it seems like you guys have kept numbers up and keep the kids dedicated. Now, obviously, that has something to do with you and the staff, but it also has something to do with the kids. Because if the kids aren't listening to you guys, then they're going to quit. You're going to have classes of 3 and 4 seniors, and then you won't be successful. So talk about the work you and your staff and the kids have put together to make this a program and keep kids that are 9th grade, 10th grade, kids that aren't playing interested all the time.
So, it starts younger than that too.
Okay.
Right? It starts younger than that. It starts with the guys that have them when they're in the youth, when they're in the program. And so we've tried to align what we're doing at the high school level and middle school level with our youth programs and talked with those coaching staffs. And so it starts with those guys being bought in and really seeing the big picture. A lot of our seniors this year, they played for one of our seniors, Curtis. He's here, right? His dad was running the wing T when he taught them and coached them in the youth program. And so it's something that they become accustomed to. But then for us as coaches, we're constantly recruiting them in middle school, and being in the building helps, obviously, to be able to go through the middle school hallways and recruit some of those players, working on those players that are going to be in 8th grade, going into 9th grade. Working on them, getting them excited about the difference of that jump up from middle school to high school. So the summer practices and the summer workout sessions and everything more that we expect and ask of them than when they're playing within the middle school and youth programs. For us too, we try to always find time throughout the practice day where we're getting everybody to hone in on their craft. I talked about the seniors doing that when they're running the scout team, but especially during individual, we have certain sessions and certain groupings where we have the older guys working with the older guys, the younger guys working with the other guys, so you're getting equal competition, but then also hopefully equal coaching, and so they see the impact and see the value that we see in them, and I think kids need to know that. Kids need to know that the coaches care, coaches are engaged. And we're going to do what we can to challenge each and every one of them. Kids still want to be coached hard, right? Mm-hmm. And so they need to know that they're getting that.
Right?
Yeah, that's great, Coach. We were talking during the broadcast on Friday that, the tradition that you've built, the tradition that Western Beaver built as perennial top performing teams in their class the last few years, really starts at that feeder level and getting those kids engaged with alignment and getting them involved. So congratulations on that. One of the questions that I was going to ask is, you played up a class against a team that has high aspirations. You have high aspirations. Mm-hmm. The people that didn't see the game or listen to the game, our broadcast, shame on them, but they might look at the score in the paper and say, a double-digit victory, but it really wasn't a double-digit victory. But in the disappointment of a loss like that, how do you get the kids motivated and refocused for this coming week against Beaver Falls?
We talked as a staff about that, right? And it was a close game, right? We had opportunities, they had opportunities. They took better advantage of their opportunities than we did. And so kudos to them, kudos to their kids, kudos to their staff. So we talked to our kids about that on Monday, taking advantage of the opportunities that are there for you. For us as coaches, we feel as though we probably have our players' attention more so than had the game gone the other way, okay? 2020 game at halftime, Coach Busby, I saw in the paper, and he said it was a war of attrition in that second half. And they had guys cramping. We had guys that were out for various reasons. And
both teams had a defensive stance in a red zone
deep
changed
in the
field.
Zone, yep. We turned the ball, gave them another opportunity. We weren't able to stop them the second time through. And it was good. We got our kids' attention. This is why we need to take advantage when the opportunities arise, right? Because you may only get one chance, right? It may not come again. You may not have that interception in your hand, so you need to be able to pounce on it. This is why, when we talk about jumping off sides, not having a false start, those self-made errors, right? The other team's going to put you in a bad position. The other team's going to make plays, and we need to respond to that. But the focus, the attention to detail, when we tell you that it's important, now we see why. And so the hope is that we can see a team like Western Beaver, as good and as talented as they are. We're blow for blow with them in the first half. Hopefully we can clean some of those things up, and we're going to have a number of challenges the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt you in the standings because it was a non-section game, right? Mm-hmm. Builds character, helps the team understand, it's never going to be easy. You got to work every time. Losing Dawson in the second half, it seemed like he gave you an advantage because he was able to hit those little rollout passes, which kept them off balance. Todd did a nice job playing quarterback. He was just off on a couple of throws, probably because he doesn't get as much practice time as Dawson. How much of a difference did that make losing Dawson for the second half?
So, I'm going to point out we had another quarterback, Will Morgan, who was sick last week. So we go into halftime, and the first game, Dawson and Will had kind of split reps.
Yeah, we kind of in the booth expected Will because he was a starting quarterback a year ago, right? And how things ebb and flow on a team. So we really thought it was going to be Will Morgan.
Yeah. So you're wondering what happened here, right? So Will was sick last week. He was one of the guys that was sick. We said he missed a day of practice and still didn't look 100%. So we've got two guys competing, and we're going to roll with Dawson. And Dawson went out and played, I thought, the best half of football that he's played for us, right? He played last year, started I don't know how many games.
When you were 3rd and 9 or 8 or 9 from the 6-yard line, and he threw that 17-yard pass to get you guys out of the shadows of the goalposts and a first down, I think that changed the momentum, really changed the momentum really to your favor in the first half.
Yeah, it did. And, he 2 plays before that made a great heads-up play, uncovered receiver, throws, we didn't capitalize at that point in time. So we end up with a 3rd and 6, 2 plays later, makes a great ball where only our guy can make an incredible catch, too. That was a great catch by AC on the sideline. But just a great ball, great poise, never got rattled. You saw him make another play on a sprint out, and he ended up reversing field, picking up, 9 yards on that play. And that's the thing with Dawson. He never gets rattled. He comes out and plays. Todd's been getting a lot of reps. He's another young guy. He's a sophomore and throws a really good ball. Dad played quarterback in high school and then went and played, I think it was tight end down at W&J in college. And so he's another guy that we're very high on. He was out last year because he had an injury, and so he missed his freshman year. But he's come in. He understands the offense. He understands the game of football. Wasn't prepared for that crown at Western, and I think a couple of those throws, you see that it's just a little bit high because there's a little bit of a drop. They have a beautiful crown, so he wasn't ready there. But we've got faith in all 3 of those guys, and we've had conversations about Dawson and what he does well, and you saw that in the first half. We talked about what Willie does well and command of the offense and being a senior and some of those leadership capabilities he has. And then you saw Todd.
What was the environment like under the first official permanent light game at Western Beaver? I mean, us sitting in the booth, the crowd is down in front of us. We knew it was a big crowd, seemed to be loud. But what was it like for the players on the field?
It was loud. It was hard to get their attention sometimes. We were yelling things out and hard to get their attention. But I guess the fortunate thing for us is we were over on the quiet sideline, right? Yeah. So there's been years where they put the visiting team over on the sideline that has all the fans, and they, Western's over on the quiet sideline. For us, we had the quiet sideline, so it wasn't quite as much an event for us on the sideline as it was for everybody else, right? Yeah. We didn't get the experience, and that's not why we were there. So I'm okay with that. We've got friends that work over there and a part of it, and it was a great day for them. We weren't there for the experience. We were there for a football game. And I thought we were able to focus on that, probably in part because of the sideline we were on.
Okay, we're talking to Coach Luke Travelpiece. We're going to take a break, and for a minute, but we'll talk to you about Pizza Joe's. Don't forget about them as their sponsorship, and a big new event happening on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock. We're going to start a way back when, 8 o'clock on Sundays. We're going to replay an old classic WPL game that's been on Beaver County. It's going to be sponsored by Dr. Timothy Lip, Rochester True Value Hardware, Beaver Falls Athletic Department, and Beaver County Radio, along with Fry Transportation. This year it's the 2000 Class 1A WPL Championship game. Rochester under first-year coach Gene Matzik, who's now a part of our radio staff. So tune into that on Sunday, but we'll be back in a few minutes here on Coach's Corner on Beaver County Radio.
Are you looking for a cigar, tobacco, vape, and roll your own supply store in Beaver County? Visit Vape and Roll With It at 751 Merchant Street, Ambridge, to shop for a variety of the best cigars in the walk-in humidor. They also sell vape juice, disposable vapes, glass, and CBD. You can also view several of their in-store promotions by following Vape and Roll With It on Facebook and Instagram. Visit vapeandrollwithit.com for more information. Don't worry about prices or stress, just roll with it. Open 7 days a week on Merchant Street in Ambridge. That's Vape and Roll With It.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Dial 724-774-3200 and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Electric Garage Door Sales. Give them a call at 724-774-3200 or find them online at electricgaragedoorsales.com.
If the black and gold can get a new quarterback every year, maybe you can switch teams too. This is Coach Andy Dangle from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. I'm looking for new free agents, or should I say, members. Our membership is open to many organizations and groups throughout the county. Join my team at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Details and applications are available now. Visit Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
What if you could meet the future you? The one with the degree, the dream job, the confidence. This fall at Community College of Beaver County, step up to the mirror and see what's possible. Whether you're fresh out of high school, changing careers, or returning to finish what you started, every class and campus experience brings you closer to who you're meant to be. See your future. Start it here at CCBC. Visit ccbc.edu/fall25.
Tri-State Sporting Arms on Main Street in New Brighton is open. Stop in and explore their extensive selection of high-quality firearms, pistols, and accessories. Tri-State Sporting Arms also pays top dollar for used firearms. Their experienced staff is there to assist you in selecting the right firearm for you. Stop into Beaver County's best firearms store, Tri-State Sporting Arms on Main Street in New Brighton, or check out their website at tri-statesportingarms.com.
When you talk about community involvement and safety, the name Fry stands at the forefront in Beaver County. Fry Transportation's mission is to continue to raise the bar as the gold standard in their industry by providing the safest, most reliable, and cost-efficient transportation service in Beaver County through their strong relationships with their communities, best-in-their-class drivers, equipment, and technology. There's nothing more important than the safety of their students, employees, and community members. Fry Transportation, where the quality of their organization is characterized by the makeup of the individual behind the wheel.
Beaver County Radio's 78th year of broadcasting high school football continues this Friday night. Tune in at 6:30 p.m. as we travel to Aliquippa as the Quips will be hosting the Avonworth Antelopes. Join Robert Mangino and Micah Zadian as they call all the action from Heinz Field. Tank Latham will have the Latham team at eXp Realty sideline reports throughout the game, and we'll have the Boom Power report from another key matchup. The audio and video coverage gets underway with a 6:30 p.m. pregame and a kickoff set for just after 7. You can watch the game on Facebook Live or on our YouTube channel. You can listen to the games on 99.3 and 95.7 FM, along with 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com. High school football coverage on Beaver County Radio is brought to you in part by Electric Garage Door Sales, your local McDonald's, I'm loving it, the Community College of Beaver County, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Vape and Roll With It, Friendly Federal Credit Union, and Beaver County Radio.
This is Greg Brown, broadcaster for the Pittsburgh Pirates, here to remind you that Moon Township Ford is your premier destination for all your automotive needs in western Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia. Browse through their new Ford models and gently used vehicles of all makes and models. Check out their website or visit them on University Boulevard in Moon Township. Whether it's a home run at the ballpark or a vehicle from Moon Township Ford, the excitement is the same. Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
Hi, I'm Tashawn, a proud graduate of Aliquippa Junior Senior High School and formerly a student at Johnson C. Smith University. I made the decision to stay drug-free, and that choice opened up doors for me in school, sports, and in life. Opioid misuse is a growing problem in communities throughout Beaver County. Every day, more than 100 people in the U.S. lose their lives to opioid overdoses. Opioids don't just affect one person, they impact families, schools, and futures. Opioids are powerful and dangerous when misused. The best choice you can make is to stay informed and stay drug-free. Choosing to stay drug-free helped me focus on my goals and build something better. To learn more and get involved, follow us on Facebook at Drug Free Aliquippa. Your future starts now. Drug Free Aliquippa, strong choices and brighter futures.
Patriot Home Care is now hiring caregivers. Are you a caring and compassionate individual looking for a reliable income with benefits? Then call Patriot Home Care today. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, paid vacation after 1 year, and 1.5 times hourly pay for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
Thanks for tuning in to the Falcones Moon Township Ford Coaches Corner here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Electric Garage Door Sales, Forward RX, Patriot Home Care, the YMCA, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, All Access Automotive, Drug Free Aliquippa, the St. Barnabas Health System, the Fry Transportation Group, the Community College of Beaver County, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Vape and Roll With It, Carver Construction, and Beaver County Radio.
Back on Coach's Corner with Southside head football coach Luke Travelpiece. We'll talk to some of their young men coming up the next two segments. But, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the section. You've got Laurel, Neshannock, Northgate, Shenango, Rochester, Summit Academy, and yourself. Most people feel yourself, Neshannock are the favorites, but Northgate's got a pretty solid team as well. They've always got skill and talent. 2 years ago, you guys had an epic year other than the final down at Acrisure. I want to call it Hines. And you guys just romped through everybody, had an unbelievable year, but just ran up against the buzzsaw. Last year, a playoff team did really well. But again, you're thinking WPL championship, but you got to think section championship first, get those, I wouldn't say easier games, but get an easier game than if you're a third or a fourth seed. Talk to us about the section and having to face Neshannock, Northgate, and some of the teams you have to.
Yeah, and I think the one that you didn't, mention too much there was Laurel,
right?
Who I'm hearing great things about. I haven't seen them on tape yet, but I'm hearing great things about them. They, opened up with Elwood, who had a great year last year. But Laurel smacked Mohawk around last week.
Yes, they did, and Mohawk's a double A. Yeah.
And Mohawk had beaten Neshannock the week before by, I think, 2 scores. Now again, I don't know
who's hurt and what's going on. Yeah.
Right, you don't know a lot of those things, but. Talked to some people that had seen Laurel play and seen Western play, and they came away. I came away very impressed with Western, but they said that Laurel's the real deal.
So a lot of people, look at these things, and obviously, 5A and 4A football is different as 3A is too. There doesn't seem, at least right now on paper, teams and only a handful of teams really in 2A that are really going to be considered good teams. But in single A, people don't realize. From year to year, even if they're down, the athletes that Clareton has, the athletes that Jeanette has, the fact that Fort Cherry still has Matt Sieg, Bishop Canterman has been very good the last few years. In addition to Neshannock and yourself, and you mentioned Laurel, there are 5 to 6 teams that when you get to the playoffs, you're going to be running up against some good teams almost right away, which you guys saw last year.
Right, yeah, and we ran into Bishop right away, round 2. And part of that's, like you said, the seeding, right? if you get to round 2 this year, you're gonna be playing a good football team.
No
I don't
doubt.
care where you're ranked. Those top 8 teams are all gonna be solid. Cornell, I've heard great things about Cornell.
Yeah, I forgot about them.
Monessen. We played Monessen the last 3 years. They were very physical. Even the year that we went down to Acrisure, they came out and were a physical, aggressive football team and actually caused us to turn the ball over, went down, got inside our 5-yard line, and they were doing some really good things. Came away impressed with them and the program that, coach is building down there. So it's going to be a challenge. We've got to get through the section first, and it's good.
And
top
then go
to
from
bottom,
there. Obviously you want good competition. Before I get Frank involved in this part of the broadcast, sorry, and I'm going to talk about what you feel your team does best right now and what your team you think need to improve on.
Mm-hmm. So kids have heard this, so it's not anything that they haven't heard from us. We're a run-first team,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not hiding that from anybody. We know who we are. We know what our identity is. When we come out, whether it's the scrimmage, first couple games, we've come out and we've been very productive on offense. We've come out, we've executed. Our challenges right now is our guys, whether it's on offense, whether it's on defense. We need to continue to pay attention to the details throughout the course of the game. When we start to get tired, and we talked, off the air about, different teams cramping and whatnot, we start to get tired and it's still early and we're working on some of these kinks. Where's our focus? Pre-snap. Are we thinking through our assignment, or are we trying to gasp for air? And, the attention to detail. I talked to you about, false starts.
Mm-hmm.
And, these are things that occur throughout the course of a game, but we want to clean up some of that, clean up some of the discipline. We think very highly of our kids and where we're capable of going, but we need to, all be on the same page, be putting in the time, be putting in the effort, and challenge each other during practice.
There you go.
So that we can get to where we want to go.
Right.
Coach, the quarterback, the way he has to dish the ball out, the hand-eye coordination, the skill, the ability to make that all come together, like how much effort and time is put into the 3 quarterbacks in practicing their ball handling skills, because it is just amazing with all the zigging and zagging going around that you can't even tell from the booth half the time who has the ball. Mm-hmm. How do you execute at such a high level?
Well, some systems, their quarterbacks go down there working on 3-step with their wide receivers for 20 minutes of individual. Our quarterbacks go down with our backfield, and we're working on backs timing for 20 minutes in the summer and during camp. And, we're working on where's your ball placement. When you're faking, are we rolling over the belly, right? Are you carrying out when you give it off, are you carrying out your waggle fake? Are you carrying out your option fake? Every play, the quarterback has a run off of it. And so making sure that they're carrying those things out as well. But the coordination, the hand-eye, for the last number of years, the 3 guys that we have this year, the guys prior to, since I've been involved, they've all been basketball players too. And so that anticipation, seeing the opening, throwing the guy open, those are all things that you see on the court, right? You can't wait in a basketball game for somebody to get open. You need to see where they're cutting and they're getting right behind the defender. And so that helps us. We're fortunate to be at a small school where coaches all try to encourage one another and work together. And, we talk with Coach Harrison quite a bit. And, that's largely important for our quarterbacks' understanding.
It was a thing of beauty to watch on Friday night. It was really exciting. Tell me a little bit real quick about, you guys had an interception, gave Western Beaver a short field, but you had a great red zone stand, and they didn't score off of the interception. What did you say to the kids, on the change of possession as they're getting ready to head out on defense to try to, make sure they shut down Western Beaver?
First of all, our defense coordinator does a great job of putting our kids in position to make plays, right? And Mike Comiso does an outstanding job of that, and they understand the game plan and the assignment. At that point in the game, we had driven the ball down to the 1-foot line. We turned the ball over. They punt. We get a sack on the first play, and turn around, throw an interception. And so at this point, the momentum's on their side, right? And still 2020 ball game. And so we had to explain to the kids, listen, the game's not over, right? We're in a bad position. We got to continue to fight. We got to continue to persevere. And, you know, the three guys that are going to come talk to you here in a minute, those guys are leaders. They've been down this road before. And out on the field, you know, they led that by example and made some plays to step up and stop Western at that time.
I can't remember. Was it Lucian that had the sack on that? Or was it, I don't remember if it was Lucian or one of the, was it Haig that had the sack? I can't remember.
I think it was Lucian. So Haig, you know, we talked off air. Haig was, this was a big part of that stop too. He was dealing with cramps the whole half. But when we got backed up, he came out and was able to get a couple plays, not too many. Trainer said he's never seen cramps like that.
You guys have pickle juice. You guys have pickle juice on the sideline.
Mustard. He was doing mustard. We may have to get pickle juice too. But our trainer said he's never seen two legs just unable to move them.
Wow.
But Anthony came out, at that point in time and was able to give us a couple of very big, productive plays. And you know, when we have our full lineup out there, we think it's a pretty formidable defensive front.
Yeah, we saw a lot of pickle juice on the Western Beaver side. They had saw the players getting the pickle juice, but we also talked about that a lot of times they use mustard too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were doing the mustard on our side.
It's supposed to be 82, chance of some showers, probably going to be like it is today. So just like last week, it's probably going to be some more cramping, and it's you can hydrate all week, but it's still going to happen because activities in practice and activities in game, you can try to duplicate what you do in practice, but there's nothing like game. And that's why sometimes kids' legs don't respond like that. A couple more questions before we go to another break and bring the kids in. Coach, you know, you've been doing this now, I believe, what, is it 8 or 9 years now? Is that, Coach?
This is year 10.
Okay, year 10. So, you know, when you took over, the program wasn't in horrible shape, but it needed a jolt in the arm. And then, you know, you built it up. You go to a final. You're a perennial playoff team. Is it harder? And I ask every coach this in basketball and football. Is it harder to build a team up to be a contender, or is it harder to keep it being a contender and to keep it playoff ready? What's harder to do? I might ask you this last year and the year before. I don't know.
You might ask us that, and you know what? That's a hard question to answer. You know, Glenn had taken over 4 years before me, and at that point when he had taken over, I think they went 2 years in a row without a win.
Right, they weren't good before he got there, right?
And by year 3, got them back to the playoffs. And year 4, back to the playoffs, and back on track and starting to instill and had instilled kind of what we need, what we anticipate throughout practice each and every day. And, you know, whether you're trying to get things corrected from turning into a playoff contender or from playoff contender into a championship contender, you're still, I think it was the Sixers a number of years ago in basketball, they kept talking about the process, right? It's all about the process.
We talk about it at work every day.
And it's the same thing, right? If you want to get to where you want to go, it's all about the process and the details. Now, each year you're fine-tuning hopefully a little bit more, right? So when Glenn took over and then, you know, when he stepped aside and I took over at that point in time, we're still continuing to make progress. We're still continuing from the year before, more details, more focus. And I think now at this point, our kids, they understand it and they get it and they're buying into it. That's probably the biggest difference between 5-6 years ago and where we're at now.
Okay.
Is, you know, our kids are fully bought into the system and what we're asking them to do because they've seen the
so maybe a little harder to build up to get the kids to follow the process, because once they're used to it, they're following it, and all the other kids have to follow along.
At least for what we're asking them to do, yeah.
Well, my friends who at work who may be listening, we hear this all the time, follow the process. So we're going to take another break. We're going to bring some of the boys in. Don't forget, Pizza Joe's is one of our sponsors. Thanks to them for bringing us pizzas. And I think...
Searching for a sleek new ride without breaking...
Cut, thin, round type. I don't know. I think Frank likes...
Told you last week,
chicken.
Mike. Nah, man. I'm traditional. Pepperoni.
That's it? No, I don't know. You sure you don't like gyro salad or something like that?
Coach, what do you like?
You know, back when I was at Geneva, I always got the chicken salad.
Oh.
So we'd go up there and get on Monday nights. That'd be our game plan night. So we'd get the pizza
There
Joe's.
you
I'd
go.
get the chicken salad, but then we'd always get pizza. We'd get extra pizza too, and just
Yeah.
the plain cheese.
Something
pizza.
plain.
Yep.
Well, thanks to Pizza Joe's and everybody else. We'll be back here on Coach's Corner, Falcone's Coach's Corner, here on Beaver County Radio.
Attention seniors, did you know that by being a part of Silver Sneakers, you can receive a Beaver County YMCA membership for no additional cost? More than 16 million Medicare members have access to the Silver Sneakers program. Just give our member service representatives a call, and we'll take care of the rest. For more information, give us a call at 724-891-8439. Again, that's 724-891-8439.
Are you frustrated by high copays for your generic drugs? Stop overpaying and start saving. Discover Forward RX, your local cost plus pharmacy in New Brighton. At Forward RX, we believe in transparency and affordability. No insurance middlemen, no inflated prices, just the true cost of your medication plus a simple fixed markup. Join the Forward RX family today and experience the difference. Check out our medication prices online at fwdrx.com or give us a call for a price quote. Forward RX. Come for the savings and stay for the service.
Searching for a sleek new ride without breaking the bank this summer? All Access Automotive next to the YMCA has you covered. With reliable service, easy financing, and an extensive list of inventory, All Access Automotive has become the premier spot in Beaver County to find your car of the future. Looking to trade in your current vehicle? All Access will give you a fair trade-in value. Browse the eye-catching All Access lot Monday through Saturday and talk to an All Access representative and learn more today. All Access Automotive, where reliability and transparency come before anything else.
This is Mitch Carver from Carver Construction. Playing a great football game takes teamwork, great leaders, and great individuals. As a former high school football coach myself, I know what it takes to win. I apply these same qualities to Carver Construction in New Brighton. Satisfying customers isn't anything new at Carver. We've been doing it since 1982 for both residential and commercial renovations. I'm behind every job we do, so I can guarantee you that every time you deal with us, you win. Call us or visit us at our website at carverconstructionpa.com.
Let's face it, work is a large part of your life. Why not choose a job that allows the opportunity of a fulfilling career working with people who appreciate you? St. Barnabas Health System is looking for extraordinary, service-minded people to join our team. Earn and learn with career opportunities on our clinical, housekeeping, and food service teams. For more information and to apply, visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com or call 724-444-JOBS. Jobs that are apart from the ordinary. Find them at St. Barnabas Health System.
Listening to live sports on the radio in Beaver County is a tradition. This is Craig Fontana from Moon Township Ford, and I ought to know. My dad, Bill Fontana, has called games for over 50 years. Beaver County people know a good call when they hear one, and the best call you can make is to buy your next new or used vehicle at Moon Township Ford. Click moontownshipford.net or visit Moon Township Ford on University Boulevard.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
Are you looking for a cigar, tobacco, vape, and roll your own supply store in Beaver County? Visit Vape and Roll With It at 751 Merchant Street, Ambridge to shop for a variety of the best cigars in the walk-in humidor. They also sell vape juice, disposable vapes, glass, and CBD. You can also view several of their in-store promotions by following Vape and Roll With It on Facebook and Instagram. Visit vapeandrollwithit.com for more information. Don't worry about prices or stress, just roll with it. Open 7 days a week on Merchant Street in Ambridge. That's Vape and Roll With It.
It might be time to
If the
repair
Black
or
and
replace
Gold
that
can
old.
get a new quarterback every year, maybe you can switch teams too. This is Coach Andy Dangle from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. I'm looking for new free agents, or should I say, members. Our membership is open to many organizations and groups throughout the county. Join my team at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Details and applications are available now. Visit Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Dial 724-774-3200 and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Electric Garage Door Sales. Give them a call at 724-774-3200 or find them online at electricgaragedoorsales.com.
What if you could meet the future you? The one with the degree, the dream job, the confidence. This fall at Community College of Beaver County, Step up to the mirror and see what's possible. Whether you're fresh out of high school, changing careers, or returning to finish what you started, every class and campus experience brings you closer to who you're meant to be. See your future. Start it here at CCBC. Visit ccbc.edu/fall25.
Tri-State Sporting Arms on Main Street in New Brighton is open. Stop in and explore their extensive selection of high-quality firearms, pistols, and accessories. Tri-State Sporting Arms also pays top dollar for used firearms. Their experienced staff is there to assist you in selecting the right firearm for you. Stop into Beaver County's best firearms store, Tri-State Sporting Arms on Main Street in New Brighton, or check out their website at tri-statesportingarms.com.
When you talk about community involvement and safety, the name Fry stands at the forefront in Beaver County. Fry Transportation's mission is to continue to raise the bar as the gold standard in their industry by providing the safest, most reliable, and cost-efficient transportation service in Beaver County through their strong relationships with their communities, best-in-their-class drivers, equipment, and technology. There's nothing more important than the safety of their students, employees, and community members. Fry Transportation, where the quality of their organization is characterized by the makeup of the individual behind the wheel.
Beaver County Radio's 78th year of broadcasting high school football continues this Friday night. Tune in at 6:30 p.m. as we travel to Aliquippa as the Quips will be hosting the Avonworth Antelopes. Join Robert Mangino and Mike Azadian as they call all the action from Heinz Field. Tank Latham will have the Latham team at eXp Realty sideline reports throughout the game, and we'll have the Boom Power report from another key matchup. The audio and video coverage gets underway with a 6:30 p.m. pregame and a kickoff set for just after 7. You can watch the game on Facebook Live or on our YouTube channel. You can listen to the games on 99.3 and 95.7 FM, along with 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com. High school football coverage on Beaver County Radio is brought to you in part by the Latham team at eXp Realty, the William Murphy Funeral Home, Forward RX, Patriot Home Care, the YMCA New Brighton, Al's Pizza in New Brighton, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, Freedom Federal Credit Union, Falcone's Moon Township Ford, and Beaver County Radio.
Thanks for tuning in to the Falcone's Moon Township Ford Coach's Corner here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Electric Garage Door Sales, Forward RX, Patriot Home Care, the YMCA, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, All Access Automotive, Drug Free Aliquippa, the St. Barnabas Health System, the Fry Transportation Group, the Community College of Beaver County, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Vape and Roll With It, Carver Construction, and Beaver County Radio.
All right, we're back on the Falcone's Coach's Corner. Segment 3, we have some of the players from Southside. Left to right, raise your hand as I call your name. Lucian Williams, center, defensive lineman. He's a senior captain. Curtis Roy in the middle. He's a running back, receiver, tight end, plays everywhere the coach needs him. He can play everywhere, and he's a senior as well. And then on the right, Andrew Corfield, running back, outside linebacker. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
There you go. So let's start with Lucian. You guys played Western. As you heard the coach say, a lot of cramping. It's warm weather. No matter what you do to prepare, there's always going to be injuries. But for you guys, it's next man up. You guys, as being part of the leadership crew, have got the kids that are the sophomores and the kids maybe that aren't starters ready to play, so they step right in. As one of the leaders, what's it like when one of the kids you're trying to help steps in and is part of the team?
Well, it's not just the players that get them ready. It's also the coaches. We have a good,
right, of course.
Yeah, we have a good line coach staff. We have 2 this year. We had a 3rd guy, but he stepped away for family purposes. But
right.
It's good. They know what they're doing, and they, if they need help on the field or anything, they can always ask one of us. I'm always there. Another one, or it would be our tackle, Cody Melmeyer. He's there too. And then, when we're not there, we also have some more seniors, but they're not as
right. They're not the captains like you guys are. Curtis, you were here last year. Well, we were down at another place. We did a remote. So you've done this before. You've answered questions. And being one of the senior captains, how does it make you feel to be picked? I'm guessing it's picked by the team or picked by the coaches?
Yeah, picked by the team.
Picked by the team. Put that microphone a little closer to you. So picked by the team. Does it make you feel good to be picked by your teammates to be a captain?
I mean, yeah, it's always an honor. I don't know how those guys perceive me, so when they vote me as a captain, I always feel honored. I know they tell me the vibes I give out, and if they vote me as a captain, I know I'm being positive.
Andrew, your turn. Being that you're the guy that a lot of people were talking about coming into the season as a running back and a guy that was going to make the engine run kind of thing. And not only in addition to that, you're a captain as well, one of the team leaders. From what Coach tells me, other people, you don't let all that get to your head. You're still part of the team. You don't keep yourself above the team or anything like that. So it also has to make you feel good to be a captain, but also know that maybe there's a little bit more pressure on you as being a starting running back and one of the lead players of the team.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, we all got to do our part. I mean, I'm just one of 11, so it takes all 11 of us out there on the field, and 10 of us are doing our job. What isn't, it's not going to work out. So it takes all of us, and just got to play together and work hard out there.
So, Andrew, we'll keep things here with you. You guys are used to playing on Friday nights. Western, they've done it a few times over the years, but they had their first game ever under permanent lights. So it had to be special for them, and it was loud and it was fun. You guys are used to that, but, you know, you only have a handful more games like that. Talk to us about how special it is to be part of a community and a team that you get to be out there on Friday nights where the community gets together and you get to have fun with your friends.
I mean, yeah, anytime you get to go out and play under the lights on Friday, it's just a surreal moment, and it's just a lot of energy out there, especially when we play at home. The community comes out and supports us each and every game, so it's always fun to play with your friends that you grew up with and just play out there on Friday nights and put on a show.
Curtis, back to you, sir. Being a senior, you were down at Acrisure 2 years ago and last year in the playoffs, so now you're part of a program that is a consistent playoff performer. It's your last year. I'm sure you want to get back down there, but you got to take care of business first. What's it going to take for this team to be special and make a long run in the playoffs?
We got to be good all the time, you know, just consistency. I mean, we saw what we can do against Western Beaver, but we need to do that all the time. Just be consistent.
Lucian, back to you, and then we'll let Frank get some questions. You play on both sides of the line. Being a lineman, and a lot of times is unappreciated by fans. But it's not unappreciated by coaches, and it's sure not unappreciated by running backs. Sometimes you work in anonymity. They're not. I hope I said that right. You're not always noticed, except for guys like us that see, man, look at the hole he brought up. But talk to us about line play and how tough it is sometimes when you're battling another guy every single play. Whereas a running back and sometimes receivers, you're not getting hit every single play. Talk to us about the important role you have.
Well, obviously it can be harder than some other games when, you know, we're prepping for Beaver Falls now, and from what I'm hearing, they have a big line.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So obviously, obviously it'll be harder than the weeks or years prior when we played smaller teams like Summit Academy and all that. But yeah, we have calls on the line for when I need help or when somebody else needs help, and we have plays designed for like double teams and all that. So we always get movement wherever we need to move the guys to open up holes for our running backs. And
okay, Frank, what do you got for these guys?
Hey guys, what'd you think of the light show? Whenever they scored, does your stadium do that?
No.
No, I thought it was cool, but it always came at our expense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the downside of it. But I thought the light show was pretty cool. So all three of you play offense and defense. You play both ways. Lucian, as Mike just said, you play the line. Let me ask you the question: do you like being hit on the offensive line or doing the hitting from the defensive side of the ball?
I mean, both are fun. There's not one. I mean, if I had to say, I'd probably prefer offense just because I'm doing it for, like, a reason. You know, on defense, I'm always doing my job. So, you know, sometimes I don't get the tackles. Sometimes I don't get any, like, benefits or all that. But for offense, I'm always trying to create seams for our running backs here so we can.
Curtis, stacking up yards, running the ball, or hitting somebody?
I would say stacking up yards.
Chicks dig the touchdown.
No, it's just always a good feeling, just grinding out first down after first down, being able to come back to the huddle, thank the line and all that.
Andrew?
I mean, yeah, I'm more of an offense guy, but I don't mind hitting someone on defense. I like playing both ways.
That's awesome. So as we're sitting here and you guys are, in your senior year, who is your favorite teacher?
I guess I'll go. I love Mrs. Sattler, my science teacher. She's teached me a lot, and she's getting me ready for college, so thank you.
Do you want to do something with science in college?
Yep, maybe biochemistry, chemistry major.
Wow.
All right.
I'll shout out Mr. Thomas, math teacher. He's always helping me with my work and just being supportive and always down for a conversation.
That's cool. Lucian?
Well, if I had to choose my homeschool teacher, I'd say Miss Bonner, who's a science teacher. She always makes class fun, and it's easy to learn. And then if I didn't have to choose my homeschool teacher, I'd choose my trade school teacher, Mr. Cosentino. He's always teaching me what to do and how to do it right and get me prepared for my future.
What kind of trade are you interested in?
Welding.
Oh, cool. That is a field with a lot of vacancies in it, cool.
All right, guys, we're going to be back to you the next segment. One more segment to go, and hope you guys enjoyed Pizza Joe's, and they're one of our sponsors, of course. I want to thank them as always, and thank Falcones for sponsoring us here on the Falcones Coaches Corner. We'll be back after these messages on Beaver County Radio.
Hello, I'm Makai Johnson. I graduated from Aliquippa High School drug-free, and now I'm going into my second year at Cheney University. Staying drug-free helped me stay focused, pass my classes, and earn many scholarships. Did you know 1 in 6 teens who use marijuana will develop a dependency? Most people don't realize that marijuana can be addictive. It can impact memory, judgment, and even athletic and academic performance. I've got big goals, and I'm not letting anything stop me from reaching them. Your choices now shape your future. Learn more and get involved. Follow us on Facebook at Drug Free Aliquippa. Your future starts now. Drug Free Aliquippa, strong choices, brighter futures.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
This is Mitch Carver from Carver Construction. Playing a great football game takes teamwork, great leaders, and great individuals. As a former high school football coach myself, I know what it takes to win. I apply these same qualities to Carver Construction in New Brighton. Satisfying customers isn't anything new at Carver. We've been doing it since 1982 for both residential and commercial renovations. I'm behind every job we do, so I can guarantee you that every time you deal with us, you win. Call us or visit us at our website at carverconstructionpa.com.
Are you frustrated by high copays for your generic drugs? Stop overpaying and start saving. Discover Forward RX, your local cost-plus pharmacy in New Brighton. At Forward RX, we believe in transparency and affordability. No insurance middlemen, no inflated prices, just the true cost of your medication plus a simple fixed markup. Join the Forward RX family today and experience the difference. Check out our medication prices online at fwdrx.com or give us a call for a price quote. Forward RX. Come for the savings and stay for the service.
This is Greg Brown, broadcaster for the Pittsburgh Pirates, here to remind you that Moon Township Ford is your premier destination for all your automotive needs in western Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia. Browse through their new Ford models and gently used vehicles of all makes and models. Check out their website or visit them on University Boulevard in Moon Township. Whether it's a home run at the ballpark or a vehicle from Moon Township Ford, the excitement is the same. Falcones Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
Before and after school care will now be provided at the Beaver County YMCA for students enrolled in the New Brighton and Rochester school districts. Children in this program have the chance to do homework, make friends, and have fun. We're also excited to introduce Preschool Light, designed to help children learn through socialization, art, language development, and much more. For more information, please visit our website, www.beavercountymca.org.
Searching for a sleek new ride without breaking the bank this summer? All Access Automotive next to the YMCA has you covered. With reliable service, easy financing, and an extensive list of inventory, All Access Automotive has become the premier spot in Beaver County to find your car of the future. Looking to trade in your current vehicle? All Access will give you a fair trade-in value. Browse the eye-catching All Access lot Monday through Saturday and talk to an All Access representative and learn more today. All Access Automotive, where reliability and transparency come before anything else.
Patriot Home Care is now hiring caregivers. Are you a caring and compassionate individual looking for a reliable income with benefits? Then call Patriot Home Care today. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, paid vacation after 1 year, and 1.5 times hourly pay for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
Thanks for tuning in to the Falcones Moon Township Ford Coaches Corner here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Electric Garage Door Sales, Forward RX, Patriot Home Care, the YMCA, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, All Access Automotive, Drug Free Aliquippa, the St. Barnabas Health System, the Fry Transportation Group, the Community College of Beaver County, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Vape and Roll With It, Carver Construction, and Beaver County Radio.
One final segment on the Falcones Coaches Corner with Lucian Williams, Curtis Roy, it's Roy, right?
Yep.
And Andrew Corfield of the Southside Rams. Guys, before we forget, let's talk. We already talked about Lucian wants to be a welder, and his home school is Southside. He's not homeschooled, so let's not get. I was confused, as was Frank. But he's goes to classes a couple times, and then he goes to tech school. Curtis, you talked about science. What schools are you looking at, or have you already decided?
Honestly, I'm still open for any school with maybe pursuing football.
Okay.
So I don't have any specific school in mind right now.
So you'd like to play football, but if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, but definitely something science-based, medical field. Mm-hmm. Andrew, how about you? Where are you landing on the? You can turn the mic towards you a little bit if you want. You can, this moves. There you go. There you go, buddy.
I'm looking for I'm going to go for engineering. I'm not really sure what type yet, but
okay.
And then also I want to play baseball.
Want to play baseball?
Yeah.
Any schools come calling to you, or you looked at any schools yet?
There's a few.
Okay.
A couple, but just looking around.
But being an engineer, nothing wrong with that. We'll stay with you, Andrew. Do you have anybody listening? Anybody you want to say hello to tonight? You can look at the camera and wave.
Wherever. I'll just say hi to my parents. They're always supporting me. And to my brother, we have a big fantasy football draft tonight.
So really? What time?
10:15.
Oh, I love it.
Wait, you got school tomorrow morning.
Doesn't matter. Oh, don't take that long.
I got no homework.
Doesn't take long. Curtis, how about you?
Nate Ashcroft. I'll see you in lunch tomorrow.
There you go. And anybody else? Or is that it? Is that good for Nate?
Shout out the O-line. I love those guys.
All right, there you go. Lucian, your turn. What do you
I'll shout out my parents. I know they're probably watching. Shout out my grandma and everybody else who's watching. And then I guess my brother. I don't know what he's doing right now. He's out in college, but
where's he go to college?
He goes to Marietta.
Did he play football in Southside?
Mm-hmm.
He played football in Marietta.
Yep, Slate.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Frank, what do you got?
Yeah. So, gentlemen, you've played football. Football builds character, teaches you life lessons. The coaches try to teach you life lessons. As you think about this year and you're progressing towards a great season and making it to Acrisure Stadium, what are you going to take away from football that you think will help you in your next level of life, whether it is going to the trade or going to college? What have you learned from football that you think is going to be beneficial to you?
Well, as my Coach McDougall would say, to be great, you got to be good all the time. So in order to be good, or in order to be great at what you do, you have to be good at it and continuously be good at it, just so you can be the best you can.
This might sound cliche, but hard work, just day in, day out, taking no days off, outworking everybody else.
Yeah, I'll just say teamwork. It takes everyone to, if you have a goal, it takes everyone to work towards that goal and achieve that.
Winding down here, last questions for the young men, then we'll go over the games this week real quick. Guys, I'm going to ask you first, let's start with Andrew. Who's your favorite athlete in any sport?
I'll go Ronald Acuna Jr.
Oh, okay, good. If you could be a famous athlete in any other sport besides football and baseball and basketball, because that's the three sports you play.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's got to be hockey, tennis, who would it be?
Probably a golfer.
Who, specifically?
Oh, who? I don't know, Scotty Scheffler,
There
I
you
guess.
go. Next, we go to Andrew, or Curtis, not Andrew. What am I thinking? Curtis, same thing. Who's your favorite athlete?
I would go Devontae Smith,
Oh.
Alabama boy.
There you go. And if you could be, and you only play football, or you play other sport? Track.
Track.
So other than football and track, if you could be a famous athlete, who would you be?
I would just have to go LeBron James, legendary.
There you go. And Lucian, it's to you. Same thing. You wrestle and play football, so you can't say a wrestler. And what would you? Who would you be? Who's your favorite athlete?
I don't have one. I just watch sports. I watch anything, but I don't have a favorite.
Even somebody from the past. Nobody famous. No famous wrestler. Like I'm talking collegiate wrestler. Nobody. Okay, if you could be another athlete, what would you be? If you could be a famous athlete, who would it be?
I guess Sidney Crosby.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, Frank Salopek.
I agree.
2 minutes left, less than 2 minutes left. We're going to go over. You guys can hang out here and listen. We're talking the games coming up this week. We've got the game we're covering, which is Avonworth at Aliquippa. Should be a good one. Beaver Falls goes to Southside to see these guys. And we've got Bell Vernon going to Central Valley. Bell Vernon just had, Frank, Aliquippa last week. Quick comment on that.
Well, I think Central Valley is going to get off the schneid and come up with a big win this weekend.
Okay, we've got Blackhawk traveling to North Catholic out to North Park. As we go through these games even further, Freeport goes to Quaker Valley. Quaker Valley, first time 2-0 in a long, long time. Hopewell goes to Ambridge. Hopewell looks to be a juggernaut. Amani Christian gets to go to Beaver. They played Beaver Falls last week. They look to be one of the best teams in 3A. We've got Laurel at Riverside. Frank, should be a tough game. Laurel's pretty tough. Riverside's pretty tough. That's a big game for both schools.
Yeah, Riverside's got expectations. They had a nice victory the other night, and my money's on Riverside this week.
Neshannock goes to Elwood City. Elwood City's one of the teams we're considering for Coach's Corner next week. New Brighton goes to Northgate. That should be a tough game, and New Brighton's on the cusp of getting playoff good. Our Lady of Sacred Heart goes to Seton LaSalle, and a couple more games. Riverview at Cornell, and let's see what else we have here as we go
Trinity
through.
at Montour.
Trinity at Montour, and then I think that is it. Western Beaver plays Rochester, and then on Saturday, Summit Academy game. We're doing Summit Academy at Freedom, and that is it. We're running out of time. Thanks to Pizza Joe's. Thank you to Lucian Williams, Curtis Roy, Andrew Corfield, Luke Travel, Peace, the coach, Ryan. Thank you very much, Frank Salopek. Thanks as well. And thanks to Pizza Joe's. And that's my alarm telling me my fantasy football draft's about to start here on Beaver County Radio. Go Rams.
You're listening to 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls.